Hello.
Hello, this is Krishna and this is Josh.
What does happiness mean to you, Joshi?
Happiness.
Yes.
What does happiness mean to me? Like a sense, right? Like a sense awareness. And so it's almost then like a perception. So a combination of senses that make me feel excited, joy, probably like more playful. How about you?
All those three words start joyful. Yeah, it's like, when you're in absolute gratitude and absolutely present in the now. And it's like you can feel like, if you call it like blessings, right? Like you can absolutely appreciate that moment. And it's like this flood of like this joy and like, wow, I can't believe I'm in this moment to experience this moment, to like be able to be alive to experience this moment. It's like this euphoric sense of aliveness, right? Like it's like, why would you keep choosing to live again and again if it's not for this beautiful human experience which comes as part of the happiness? Like, like why would you choose to like be born if not to experience these beautiful roller coasters of emotion? Yeah, so for me happiness is just like dancing, right? It's like absolute pure bliss and joy.
But I think this can be like the joyfulness and peaceful, and like you can be joyful even then when you are like unwell, for example. You can be peaceful when you're unwell still. You can be calm and that. But I think like happiness then has is it the opposite, like unhappiness? So then can you be unhappy and still be in the moment and still be thankful for that moment if you're unhappy?
Yeah, like in terms of that, like what you said with illness, right? I feel in that term, it's like, yeah, because then if you have awareness to pause. So if you have awareness to pause and enjoy the unhappiness, then yes, because it's that contrast of like, hey, yesterday or just like 5 minutes ago, I was feeling really, really happy. And then you said something and I perceived as this, and now I'm choosing to be unhappy.
So you can take you by having awareness. It's like the first sign, the first sign of breaking an addiction is understanding that you have an addiction, or the first step in change is understanding what it is that you even need to change, like the fact that you even have a problem that needs to be a change. So that awareness.
Delicious, yeah, because like now whenever we're unwell or something, right, it's like, I'm so grateful that my body is letting me know that I need to rest, right? Like that's the thought is like, can't believe I'm unwell and have to do a million gazillion things, right? It's like, thank goodness, like I did need that break. Like, thank you, body. Like,
And clues of like that I need to look at, like the body needs to be treated differently. If you're getting unwell regularly, and like things are coming up regularly, like something in the habits and the environment.
Yeah, something needs to change, and it's like in the car, right? Like if it's yellow, orange light or red light comes up, we're like, oh crap, like better check this out. Same thing with the body. It's like, how many times are you gonna not listen to the orange or the red light to the point of then you have to take months off or years off in order to recover? So the body is so beautiful in the way that it will constantly give us signs. So like, hey, you need to take a pause and you need to like look into this. So if we don't listen to that, I guess it's going to take months or years. So the gratitude that in this moment it's giving me the signal, and the gratitude of pausing and acting on it, is that self-love and self-care, right? And that's happiness, because in terms of like, I love myself enough to be able to do that, and that brings me joy, that I value myself, because I have the contrast of not valuing myself. So just the other day, right, when something happened and like it's all spiraling, like, oh, I'm not worth it, I was like, oh, what nonsense. Like it would be an absolute, like it would be such like a tragedy for my teenage self, like to have them persisted and gone through what that mindset was then, to come here to then be like, oh, I shouldn't be alive, right? Like what nonsense. I'm so grateful that I had that moment this week to just be like, oh no, I am so grateful that I'm alive and I'm here. Like I've been able to give birth to these two beautiful boys and have this wonderful family of all of us six. And like, I wouldn't have been able to experience that. And by having the self-love and the self-worth, I've been able to experience more happiness because I'm not doubting myself as much. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm alive, and while I'm alive, I'm not going to harm anyone as much as possible, and like intentionally. And in being aware of my value, then I'm not harming myself as much and not harming the people around me. And that brings me more sense of happiness because I'm more content within myself. So I'm not externally seeking this illusion of happiness that we've been taught of. Hey, if you have this flashy car, this flashy house, or this or that, you'll be more happy. It's all illusion. That's all Maya. So having that like internal happiness is it's just so beautiful.
So Kushna, what's
Yes,
happiness to you?
So,
In one word, in 2 words, in a sentence. You just explained it. I'll
blissful
sum it up.
joy.
Blissful joy. So happiness for
yeah.
me is a mindset.
Yeah,
It's not what you have, it's how you think about what you have.
you hit it. That's why you're my beautiful, gorgeous Habiba.
Thanks for watching.